So my name is David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures, and Forex. My background is that I had an automotive parts business that I started when I was 18 years old. And I had that business for 28 years before I sold it in 2005. And since then, I've been a full-time trader. So like most of you probably have a whole shelf or hard drive or wherever, books full of trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises of helping you become more profitable and more consistent. I know that I have so much stuff. I've spent a small fortune on trading. I haven't spent anything in the last 3 years since I've been trading with the Money Flow Tracker. I was in a webinar just like you are that Mark Sachs did, and I saw the Money Flow Tracker system. And for me, I quickly realized that the methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody teaches, but more based on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. And I'll explain more about that. So now I only trade with institutional order flow, money flow. So when I talk about order flow or money flow from this point on, I'm only talking about institutional order flow. And it's made me much more profitable and much more consistent. And now I'm running over a 70% win-loss rate. So the agenda for this afternoon is we're going to talk about the Money Flow Tracker software. We're going to talk about the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules, how I trade breakouts and sidestep losing trades, and how to pass the evaluations and become a funded trader. I just passed another account yesterday. So for those who stay till the end of this presentation, we have a very special discount and some additional software as a quick action bonus. So why do some traders succeed while others don't? I've often asked myself this question over the years. Well, in the world of trading, the difference between success and failure can really be as stark as day and night. So let's delve into the reasons why. And most traders don't have a trading plan, but professional traders, successful traders, meticulously plan on their moves. They know what they'll trade, when they'll trade, and how they'll trade it. So without a solid trading plan, you're like a ship without a compass, okay? You're drifting aimlessly. You have to know. It's like when you get in your car, you go somewhere, you're going to make a right on this street, a left on that street, a right on this street, go 5 miles, make a left. You have a plan where you're going, and trading has to be the same way. You don't have an edge, okay? An edge is a unique advantage in the market. That could be a specific strategy or technical analysis or understanding some asset class, and traders don't have an edge. You often struggle, and those are retail traders, right? The psychological challenges. Trading is as much about psychology as it is about numbers. Fear, greed, impatience, the FOMO, fear of missing out, can sabotage even the best strategies. So developing mental resilience, or I call it mental mindset, is crucial. Over trading. I know a lot of you have done this. I've done this. I don't do it anymore, but I've done it. It's not a good thing to do. It leads to exhaustion, poor trading decisions, and we have a saying in the room, all right? We're here to make money, not to make trades. Right? So if we don't take trades, we're okay with that. We're here to make money and being able to adapt to markets, as they evolve. So, we adapt. Sometimes we change bar sizes and this and that. So remember, trading success isn't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed except dying and paying taxes. And you don't even have to pay taxes if you don't want. Right? But understanding these pitfalls can improve your odds. So look, you need 4 things to create trading success. The first thing you need is software. Software that will give you that competitive edge over all other traders. If everybody traded the same method, the same way, nobody would make any money, right? So everybody's got their own methodology, their own edge, and they trade their own edge. Second thing is that edge must track the direction of institutional money flow. The third thing, etched in stone rules that will eliminate discretion. And the fourth thing, which is the most important thing in my opinion, is patience. Patience, patience. Did I say patience? To let the trade set up, right? So I'm going to break down the system in detail, and then we'll go over the rules and we'll look at some charts. All right. All right. Here we go. So let me show some trades that we've taken. Here's a option trade on AMC. Here's another one on GME. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds, 41 ticks at 31.25 a tick. Here's a trade on the euro. So it's likely that you have a problem making money. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. You know, why? Why do you have a problem making money? You don't have the proper tools to manage your trades. You overtrade, revenge trade, make impulsive decisions, don't follow your plan, lack consistency, trade with indicators that lag price. You lack a proven trade, lack of mathematical proven trade methodology. My tongue was getting in the way there for a second. And all this stuff leads to blowing up trading accounts. So my commitment to you for spending an hour with me and listening to about the money flow tracker software, which I am just totally crazy about, is to bring this to an end. Get you on the right side, get you making money. Okay, so why do 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Well, because they trade all the things that really are just self-fulfilling prophecies. Price action, MACD, Elliott waves, price patterns, Fibonacci's, all this stuff. None of these things have any future predictive properties. Now, I am not saying that the money flow tracker can predict the future. I'm not saying that. But with the right setup and the right plan, you get very high probable trades. So look, Mark Sachs had over 15 plus years in the study of field of applied mathematics. You know, he taught at Jefferson University. He did work for the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Army, some other big companies, you know, and it gave him allowed him to engineer the software and the trade methodology that can radically change your trading performance. You've probably never seen software like this before because it's totally unique. And we have over 500 traders between the 3 trading rooms and the YouTube channel that we trade shoulder to shoulder every day. So before we get started, I want to share with you my trade journal. Now, this is my personal trade journal. I use a program I use this program for trade journal. Every day I do a performance report in NinjaTrader, and it opens, and then I download the trades into an Excel spreadsheet. And then I click on here, I just click on this here. Here's the trades for today. I already uploaded them, right? And then I upload them and they are brought into this program. Even the trade ID from NinjaTrader is brought into the program. Alrighty? So look, we're running right now 74.59% win rate with a profit factor of almost 3 to 1. This month has been really choppy, but you know what? What have we done so far this year? Well, this month we're already up 4,600 and we're only halfway through. Last month we did 11,000. January and February were really choppy months. Alrighty, you know, if you look at my equity curve for this year, it's pretty good equity curve. Yeah, we have losing days, we have little bumps along the way, but we don't have big swings up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, the thing is that, and I'm going to switch to last year because I have more data from last year. But if you look at months, like let's say, I'm going to go to July because I know we didn't trade that much. I didn't trade that much in July. So I'm not going to count July 4th because it was a holiday. And I was on vacation from 11th to the 17th. So look how many days we didn't trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days I didn't take a trade. 7 days. And look what we did in July of last year. Almost $9,000. So if you go back and look at another month where we didn't take a lot of trades. In June, we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days. We didn't trade. And why didn't we trade? That's the question is, why didn't we trade? We didn't trade because we didn't have setups. But in June of last year, we did 9,000 and we didn't trade 8 days out of the month. So the point is if we don't get setups, means that the market is not trending. It's not trending. And if the market is not trending, we're not trading it. And that's the bottom line. We trade 2 contracts per trade. All right. So look, the market consists of many small retail traders, plus 1 or more large institutional trader. Well, if you already know that most retail traders lose money, why would you want to trade along with them? You want to trade with the institutional traders because they are the ones that are moving the market. So the money flow tracker software has 3 key metrics. The first metric is triple screen assessment of order flow, institutional order flow, triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY for momentum, and triple screen assessment of correlated markets using our AI engine. So what do I mean by triple screen assessment? Means that we have 3 time frames and they're all in agreement. So I look at it, I like to use these terms. We have 3 time frame buy or 3 time frame sell condition. Means that all 3 time frames are going in the same direction. And that gives us our colored background. Right? So when I talk about order flow, the first thing people think about is, oh no, not these candles with the numbers on the left, on the right, on the top, on the bottom right, bottom left, on the side. You know, it's virtually impossible for you to make heads and tails of all this stuff and make good trading decisions at the same time. You know, we've made it super simple, right? When we say triple screen assessment of order flow, we're talking about order flow on 3 time frames going in the same direction. So look, our order flow candles look like this. So if it's got a green outline, or whatever color you want to make it, you could change the color. If it has a green outline, it means the delta of this candle is positive. I like to use, there's more buyers than sellers in this candle. You know, when I'm trading and I'm looking at these candles form, I'm going, there's a lot of buyers coming in. Oh, here come the sellers. They're going to try to push it down. They managed to push this candle down and the buyers came back in and pushed it back up. Right? And the same thing with the down candle. It has a red outline. So we know that the delta of this candle is negative, means there's more selling in this candle than buying. So the next thing we did is, well, before I go to the next thing, so this is how our charts look. Very clean, very easy to understand. Our indicators are displayed in these colored line charts on the bottom, so you don't have to interpret anything. The bottom one is the only one that you really have to interpret, but you don't have to really interpret it, and I'll explain why as we get into it. All right, so the second most powerful force that moves price. Before I get there, I want to explain our hybrid candles. And I thought I had a slide here, but maybe it's not. Oh yeah, it's out of place. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. So the second most powerful force that moves price is triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY and our hybrid candles. So the LIQUIDITY is for momentum. So triple screen assessment is momentum on 3 time frames going in the same direction, and they're displayed in red, green, and yellow. The next thing is the wicks. Now, we are the only company that shows the price action inside a Renko bar. The only other way you can tell what's going on inside the bar is to look on your right scale and look, see where price is, right? But we use these wicks inside for certain setups. So when you have a small, real small wick, you have a lot of momentum. When you have a wick that pulls back, you have decreasing momentum. It means the sellers are coming in, trying to push it down, the buyers came in and pushed it up higher. So the modified Laguerre, which is on the bottom here, okay? The modified Laguerre, you know, what we did, we took all these indicators, we added an algorithm to them, and we developed the modified Laguerre. Now, the modified Laguerre does not show divergence like other oscillators. It only shows the strength of trend. So when you look at this oscillator on the bottom, when it crosses below 20, this will turn red. When it crosses above and is sloping up, it'll be lime green. And when it crosses above 80, it will be dark green. And when it crosses below and sloping down, it will be orange. So we use it. We want to see it either pinned at 100 or pinned at 0, so we get the acceleration dots. And that's how we tell we're getting momentum coming in. Right? So the next thing, let's talk about the quant lines. The quant lines. What we did was we took 28 market components. They're examined by our AI system for correlation. Now, most people know about correlation. Most people don't pay attention to correlation, but we do. We pay attention to it because we know it's important. So let's say this is ES, not the euro, right? Let's say this is ES, and ES is going up, right? Wouldn't you want to see, you know, YM, NQ, RTY going up in the same direction, or in this case, the euro? The euro's going up, we want to see the pound, the yen, and the Australian dollar going in the same direction. You know, and I use this saying all the time, but it's really true. The old saying, a rising tide floats all boats. Well, in the markets, it kind of works the same way. If you're trading the euro long and the Australian, the yen, and the pound are going down, what do you think is going to happen with your long trade? That's going to pull the euro down with it. So we use that a lot, and that's where the quants come through. So what we decided to do to keep us out of really choppy markets is we developed the C2 indicator. Now the C2 indicator brings in a 4th time frame. So now we're not looking at triple screen assessment, we're looking at quadruple screen assessment. So we want to have a good trend in place. And when we have good trends in place, trading is so easy. When we don't have good trends in place, trading is so difficult if we get setups. So we basically just took the C and we added in another time frame. And our time frames are multiples of 3. So if your trading chart is 2 minutes, your first time frame is 6, your next highest time frame is 18, and 3 times 18 would be your 4th time frame. So the C2 indicator is displayed in this stair-stepping line above the candles. Green for going long, red for going short. All right, any questions? You just type any questions you want to in the questions box, and we will answer them, or Rory will answer them, you know, but we will answer all your questions. Or righty. So putting it all together is easier than you think. So here are the rules, and the rules are, if you can follow these easy to follow rules, you should have very high probable trades. I should change that. That's probability trades. Very high probability trades. You know, I'm not saying that all your trades are going to be winners. I would never say that because that would be not true. But when we follow our rules and our method, we get very high probable trades. Sometimes so high probable that they move so fast we miss them. All right, so here are the rules. Really simple. We need a colored background, so we have 3 time frames in agreement. We need the C2, so now we have 4 time frames in agreement. The next thing is the solid line and the 15, the dot dash line, well, going up, the trend line must be above the dot dash line, and going down, the trend line will be below the dot dash line. So in the software, we have pivots, higher time frame, support resistance areas, the VWAP, certain markets we don't trade around round numbers. But if you're trading into a pivot, you have to wait for 3/4 of the candle to clear the pivot, and then you wait for a pullback. And I'll explain to you why we do that in a little bit. You have to wait for a pullback candle. Both quants need to be either red or green. The multiple time frame Laguerre needs to be red or green, just like the quants. And the modified Laguerre must be pinned at 0 or 100, so you get your acceleration dots. So this trade would have been 63 ticks. We exit when the 15 changes color from green to yellow, or if you trail it and you get stopped out, however you want to manage your trade. Okay. So let me just grab a quick drink here, some water. You know, one of the things that I really love about the Money Flow Tracker software is it keeps you out of days that the markets are choppy and non-trending, which those days are the days that you tend to lose money. It's easy to make money when the market's trending, but when the market's choppy or range bound, those are the days you lose money. So the days that we did not trade are days we probably would have been losing days. So remember one thing, it's okay not to trade every day. Your job is to come to your computer, turn your charts on, and wait for your setup. And when you get your setup, you take the trade. Like a lion, when stalking its prey, it follows it, it gets a little closer, a little closer, a little closer, and when the opportunity is there, pounces on it. And that's what we do. When the opportunity is there, we pounce on it. If it's a winner, it's a winner. If it's a loser, it's a loser, as long as the trade was a qualified trade. All right. So here is a trade that broke the pivot, got a pullback, missed this one because it was so fast, got a pullback, placed my order, first profit target, 10 ticks, that's $100. Second exit on line change, 55 ticks. So that's 550 plus 100 is $650 on this one trade. And this trade took all of maybe a minute and a half. Okay. So, you know, do all trades work like that? No. But what we do is when we hit profit target 1, our stop goes to break even. If we get stopped out of break even on the second, then so be it. But we have the opportunity to grab the runner. My biggest problem is I tend to choke the trade. So, you know, moving my stop, but I'll explain why I do that. So look, the Money Flow Tracker gives you clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits, and you get all the ATMs that are pre-configured for each market. All right, so now we're gonna teach you how, I'm gonna show you how I trade breakouts with the Money Flow Tracker software. I call it the pull back and go. Now, we sidestep. What I mean by sidestep. All right, and I'll show you. Let me get my pen here and grab the color here. So look, this market is coming down, right? It's coming down. We boom, broke into the pivot, the higher time frame support. Right? We broke the pivot, 3/4 of a candle. As this candle, we're waiting for the pullback candle. As this candle pulls back to about halfway, that's when we click on our tool sell on down close. So why do we do that? Well, if this thing's pulling back, we have our order sitting here. If it goes down, it gives us more profit. But let's say it goes up like that. I don't draw very good with a mouse. Then you never get filled. And if this candle closes up, your order will get canceled automatically by the software. So again, breaks the pivot by 3/4 a candle, you get the pullback, place your order as it's pulling back. If we just went in when it breaks the pivot, then we'll get stopped out if it goes that way. And this happens a lot, and we sidestep a lot of trades. I think today we had 3 trades that never followed through, and took a trade that we thought was going to be a nice trade, but just didn't follow through. And that happens, and that's part of trading. But we sidestep more trades than we miss. Sometimes we miss a trade, we don't get a pullback. But like I said, we sidestep more trades than we miss. So this actually even has my orders on here. So look, we broke the candle, 3/4 candle. Well, I think I went too far. 3/4 candle, pulls back. As it's pulling back, I place my order, 1 tick above this candle, first profit target, and trailed. Here's another one on crude oil. Here's 2 on the Canadian dollar. Broke, pull back, go. Broke, pull back, go. Any questions so far? I know Rory's been answering a bunch of them. Anybody? Won't let me answer them. All right. So now let's talk about the auto trader. This is my favorite subject. All right. The auto trader. The auto trader trades the rules that I just showed you. Right? Here's one trade that it took for 704 ticks. Here's another trade it took for 665 ticks. This trade was 1,000 ticks. This is one of those days where it just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. Here's a trade for 792 ticks. Okay, so what does it do? Well, here are these are the settings we use most of the time. So look, we want to have the bias in C2. So we turned it on. We want to have the LIQUIDITY. Mine are red or green, not orange and lime, but mine are either red or green or orange and lime. We want the multiple time frame LIQUIDITY to be red or green. Right? We want a certain volume threshold. I don't have it checked in here, but we don't worry about MNQ because it trades plenty of volume. Right? We want certain conditions like the 50 over the 15. We want the 15 to be either red or green. We want the 50 to be either red or green. Right? We don't want it to trade. So the MA diff, what is the MA diff? The MA diff is how far away from the 50 is price. And when it gets too far away from the 50, it won't take a trade. We have certain numbers for different markets. It won't take a trade because we consider that overbought or oversold. Right? The further it gets away from the 50, the bigger the chance it's going to pull back, unless it's one of those days that's kind of an anomaly. Right? And the strategy, actually, let me open up I'll open up the window on the strategy here and show you that it has built-in money management. We have lots of people that subscribe with us or purchase with us just for the auto trader because they still work and they go to work every morning and they turn on the auto trader. It trades MNQ on a very large bar size. So it has to be in a good trend to take a trade. So look, we have profit target. So let's say $500 you want to make and you only want to lose $250. So once it reaches your profit target or your loss, it will stop trading. Now, if it's in a trade and the trade you made $800, it won't exit the trade at 500. You can set it what time to start it, 9:30, what time to turn off, right? So it has those features in it. It also has in here, because we're trading with a prop firm, you have to be out of the market at a certain time. So if you click on here, right, it will exit on session close 3,600, where is it? 3,630 is 30 seconds before the market closes. So it has money management built in here. It's got order management built in here. First target, second target, trailing. So, a lot of people, they go to work, they set it up to turn on at a certain time, and either they're going to be up money for the day, or they're going to lose 250 for the day, or they're not going to take any trades. Some days it doesn't even take trades. Right, here's the equity curves for 2021 and 2022. Here's a trade that I have. This was a trade that I was in the other day, and I'm like, I'm thinking this trade is really going to take off. So I hit my first profit target of 80 ticks. And then I said, I want to record the rest of this trade, right? So I started recording it, and it kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going. And we're up here 327 ticks, and it kept going, and we're at 523 ticks. So bottom line is we're out with 570 ticks on this trade. 570 ticks on one trade. And and you figure we trade 4 micros. So 80 ticks on the first target, so it's $80, and 570 on the second target. That's $650 in a trade that all I did was turn on the auto trader. So we have a lot of people that trade this that still have jobs. Okay, so let's keep going here. Now let's talk about evaluations, or how to pass and become a funded trader. It's not very difficult, but here's the process. Focus on the process, don't focus on the carrot. So what do I mean by that? Don't worry about how much you're going to make. Focus on trading well. What I mean by trading well, focus on your setups. Focus on what's going on with your charts, what's going on with the market. Don't focus on saying, oh, geez, I got a 300, I need to make $50 or $100 more so I can pass. And if I don't make it within the next day, I have to pay another $30 a month for this thing. You know what? That's the worst mental attitude you could possibly have. And I know for a fact, I know people that have been that way, and they sent me messages in the room saying, I'm only $50 away, or I'm only $100 away. What should I do? I don't want to. I like, trade micros. Pay the extra $30. If you're feeling stressed about it, if you're feeling that you're like, you have to make trades, you have to take trades, you don't want to pay $30 more for the month, because you want to pass, okay? You want to pass your evaluations. You want to become a funded trader. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. If it takes you 2 months, it takes you 2 months. If it takes you 3 months, it takes you 3 months. But slow and steady wins the race. Baseball games aren't won on home runs. They're won on base hits. So focus on trading well. The profits will take care of themselves. Most professional traders are only 40% win rate or less. But here's their process. They don't worry about what they're going to make. They focus on their risk. They're risk managers. And that's what you have to mentally tell yourself. I am a risk manager. On NQ, we use a 40 tick stop, right? You know, and I'll explain to you as we get a little bit further in here why how I do it. So look, the challenges or evaluations or whatever they call them are designed to make you fail because of parameters they put in place, like how many trading days to pass. The trailing drawdown is the biggest challenge most people have, right? And and all this stuff causes sloppy trading, revenge trading, impulse trading, and just stresses you out. So this is what my process is. I sign up for a $50,000 account. I'm not trading a $50,000 account. It sounds great. It sounds like, oh, he's got a $50,000. He's got six $50,000 accounts. He's trading $300,000 worth of money. No, not. I'm trading my drawdown. In the evaluations, I'm trading my drawdown. Once you become a funded trader, you still have a trailing drawdown until you get to $52,600, $100 past your trailing drawdown. Then your stop goes to $50,100, period. So I don't risk any more than 10% of my drawdown on any one trade. So for example, NQ, $5 a tick, 40 tick stop, that's $100. That's $200. Two contracts is $400. It's over my threshold. So I trade 6 micros, 6 and 6, so 12 micros total. It stays within my risk parameter. So I am more concerned about my risk. Forget about the profits, they take care of themselves. But the risk is what you'll have to be focused on. Look, if you're trading 1-to-1, you better be over 60% or you're not making money. If you're trading 2-to-1, you better be over 40%. Well, we're way over 60%, so I don't even worry about it. But we're like almost at 3-to-1. So I like the idea of being 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. I like the idea of being able to, one winning trade should take care of 2 losing trades or 3 losing trades. Not one losing trade wipes out 3 winning trades. That's not the way to manage your risk. So rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk, and this will give you that competitive edge you need. Like this little mouse. He wants that piece of cheese, but he knows that this is going to hit him in the head. So what did he do? He put on a helmet, right? That's his intelligent risk. So what does financial freedom mean to you? Okay, you're no financial pressure. You work from home, you have no boss, you have no commute, and you have the advantage of being a full-time trader, which means if you don't feel like trading, you don't have to. Means if the markets are choppy and non-trending and not doing anything, you could walk away and not have to answer to anybody. And you have the advantage of making a lot of money when the markets are moving. So look, the most powerful software, the money flow tracker methodology, is available now to the small retail trader. So look, I showed you the software, I showed you the rules, I showed you the auto trader. Look, you have two choices. Your first option is if you're successful and you're making money consistently and you're happy with what you're doing, then God bless you, keep on doing it, right? But from the poll, most of you would choose the second option and take action today and join the thousands of traders that work 4 hours plus or minus a day from home with no boss and total financial freedom. And some days we catch a trade like right after the open and we're done for the day. Obviously I have to keep the room open. So, I have a rule. When I hit 1,000 or more for the day or close to it, or I'm happy with my profit for that day, considering market conditions and what's been going on for the day, I stop trading live. I go to sim, right? So look, the benefits and features are, it's very easy to learn. you see the charts. Either everything is going to be lined up. What do I have open? Why is this not? Oh, I still have this window open. Sorry. I'm gonna pull over a chart here. Here's a chart on gold. I don't know if we had any trades on gold today. Let's see. Gold has been like on crack lately. Okay, so this wasn't a trade because we didn't have the multiple time frame look here red. Okay, let me go ahead and get rid of this. I don't know why that's there. Right, we did have a break, a pullback. So here, market's coming down, everything's lined up, everything's red below us. We have the acceleration dots, broke the pivot. This is the 3/4 candle. I'll make it bigger. Look, this is the pivot, the blue line. This is the 3/4 candle. Market pulls back, we place our order, then market comes back down and goes back south. That's as easy as it gets to be able to determine a setup. See if we can find something else here. A long trade. Okay, so this trade here wouldn't have been a trade that we could have taken up until here. So you see over here in the top left is the MA diff. That's the number that we're looking at. So if the MA diff was too high, we won't take the trade. But so here's another trade. Everything green below us, acceleration dots, trend line above the 15, got the C2, broke this by 3/4 of a candle. We probably got a pullback candle somewhere in here, and then up it goes. Right? So, you get, it's easy to learn. You get to all the workspaces. It's perfect for beginners. We have a version called Compass that will work on TOS, but it works on NinjaTrader. It's perfect for any account size. We have lots of people that trade micros, and that's all they trade is micros, and they're happy with that. And you can use it on Forex, stocks, futures, anything. Right? So we decided for the first 10 traders that come on board today, we're going to give you some powerful and additional software. Right? So you're going to get the market analyzer. So here's my market analyzer. So we trade with Unorenco bars. So these are the bar sizes up on the top here. Below here, let's say NGCL and gold, we're trading on the 2510. So we're looking at it here. ES, we trade on a 248. YM and RTY, we trade on a 41020. So look, doesn't mean if it's red that we have a trade. It means that go look at the chart, here's RTY, and we have conditions, but do we have a trade set up? We don't know. All right? So we trade different bar sizes. I like to see the daily volume. Look how much volume MNQ trades, twice the volume as NQ. Sometimes it trades 3 times the volume. Right? I like to look at the volume. I like to look at the ADR. I like to look at how many days to roll over. And I also like to look at my lag times to make sure my lag times are not that high. Right? So you get the market scanner, which is $9.99 value on the website. You get the NDT. Now the NDT is what we use to place our orders. It's our order execution platform. So you put in your account, you put the market, you put your ATM, and here, buy on up close or sell on down close. This is $14.99 value, and you get the Masterclass series, which are excellent on futures, Forex, stocks, and options. And you get 1 month in my trade room. Now, our trade room, there was a study done by Dr. Vincent Allen, right? And he looked at 28,000 historical trade records and 15,000 prospective trades. And in his study, he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including transparency, proven track record, and assisting traders with educational materials and online support. And we came out on top. And this was published in Traders World and Stock and Commodities magazine. And we're proud of that. So here's our special that please repeat what, Gene? This is what we're offer that we're doing today, and it's a really great offer. You can get the Money Flow Tracker software, normally $23.95 for the year. We're giving a 50% off discount today. So you're basically getting it for less than $100 a month. How many of you lost $100 today? Be honest. I didn't lose $100 today, but right. Or if you want to do a lifetime license, we're giving 50% off of that, which is normally $59.98, and we're doing that for $29.99. If you prefer to do monthly, we're giving a $200 off on monthly for $397. And for the first 10 traders that come aboard, you're going to get the Money Flow Tracker minute charts for swing traders, if you'd like to swing trade, and you're going to get all these bonuses, right? So hold on to your hat. You're going to get the Auto Trader, which is $29.97 value, what we sell it for. You're going to get that as part of your subscription. You're going to get the NDT as part of your subscription. You're going to get the market scanner as part of your subscription. You're going to get 1 month in my trade room also. You're going to get all the tutorials and videos, and you're going to get your software installed by Sir Charles, and you're going to be coached by me in the room. Now, I don't have to do a whole lot of coaching because you know what? It's not that difficult to learn. You know, and I call out trades in the room all the time. Today, let me go ahead and just kind of scoot that over. This is what we did today across our accounts. Not a bad day, huh? And I caught a couple of really nice trades after I closed the room. So, all right. So here's my commitment to everybody is when you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software, is to help you become a successful trader. Remember one thing, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Why? Because you're just not using the right tools to be successful in these types of markets. You know, it's like trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. If you use the right tool, you know, eventually if you hit it with a screwdriver long enough, you'll pound it in. But if you use the right tool, it's like bing, 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 you're done. You know, these markets are very tricky these days, and you have to trade with institutional order flow. You know, and that's our whole thing. So the Money Flow Tracker software is totally unique, and it will give you the edge to trade with institutional order flow. So again, my commitment to you is not just to teach you how to read the setups. Look, the setups are so easy. I could teach a 5-year-old to read the setups, right? But you have to develop that mental mindset. You know, that mental mindset you must have in order to be a successful trader and achieve financial independence. You know, there are times in the room that we just don't have a lot of trades, you know, and we talk about other things when we don't. And if we don't have any trades, if we don't have any setup, we don't take any trades. And I get so many people that write in or send me messages in the room saying, "I love you. You've taught me how to be so disciplined and so patient. I used to be undisciplined and impatient." You know, if you go to your chat window in your GoToWebinar, Rory has put in a link, right? And I will pull the link up here, and I'll show you how easy it is to subscribe. Right? So you can click on the link, or you can go to Right Line Trading. You want to go to rightlinetrading.com, either way. You just go to right over here, Trading Systems, and click Learn More Money Flow Tracker. And just go down to the bottom here and say, okay, I want to do the year. Right? Just click on it. You don't even need a coupon code. We've got it set up for this webinar. And you just put all your information in. And look, it takes 50% off. It took 50% off here. And when it comes time to renew April 17th of next year, we're going to renew you at the same price. So you're going to be guaranteed a renewal at the same price next year as you paid for this year. So it's super easy to do. If you prefer, which a lot of people prefer, put your name. Yeah, I know you did, Edwin. Thanks. Put your name and your phone number in the questions box, and Rory or myself will give you a call after the webinar, and you can ask as many questions as you want. Some people don't like to do online purchases these days, so we can do your purchase over the phone. So put your name and your phone number in the questions box, and we'll even guarantee your price. So look, it's a well-known fact that most retail traders lose money. This is a retail trader, right? It's a well-known fact they lose money. Might as well just flush it, right? But if they're flushing, it means somebody's taking it. So our traders and day traders are making money, because if the retail trader is losing money, who do you think is making that money that they're losing? Most likely institutional traders. Institutional traders, and I used to know a guy that was an institutional trader, and they said, we love retail traders. I said, what do you mean you love retail traders? He goes, because we could take an account. They open up an account for $5,000, which is normally account size most people open up. He said, we know within a month or so, that account's not going to be there anymore. And they call them the guppies. We feed on the guppies all day long. Right? So our traders trade with institutional money flow. So Gene is asking, is the auto trader MNQ, RTY? We're trading MNQ on the auto trader. Why? Because MNQ has bigger runs. When it gets into a trend, it just seems to go and go and go. We don't have that many losses on MNQ. I can show you here under Chart Lab. Where is it? Performance by setup. Okay. So this is our performance by setup, and let's do the filters, and let's do MNQ swing trade. Okay. So far, MNQ swing trade did $4,300 this year. All right. And there were a few weeks we hardly got any because the markets were so choppy. But you know what? You turn it on and you let it do its thing. Money flow tracker. Let's see. 14,000, almost 15,000. Almost 15,000. So again, we're doing 50% off the yearly for $11.97. We're doing 50% off the lifetime for $29.99. We're doing $200 off the monthly. And Rory said that we have 4 more left for the special of the first 10. So don't miss out on that. Oh, he's saying anybody that signs up, he's going to give it to. He's not going to limit it. So that's great. I appreciate that. So, and you're going to get the auto trader. You're going to get the execution platform. You're going to get the scanner. You're going to get a month in my room. You're going to get all the training and tutorials, and you're going to get your software installed by Charles for less than $100 a month. I mean, face it, $25 a week. Could you justify $25 a week making money, having days like this where one account I made $246, one account I made $1,865, and then one account I made $1,528 in? Does that justify $100 a month? I think that it does. Our losing days are small. We don't have very many days. Let me see. Let's go here. We got to go 2024. Look, in January, I don't want to make that too. Okay, I don't need this anymore. Look, in January, it was so choppy, right? We still made 5 grand, but we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. But we try to keep our losing days very small. You know, here's one day it got away from us, right? But look, we lost 100. We only had 3 losing days this whole month, and we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. We didn't take any trades. 3 days in a row, we didn't take any trades. Right? But remember, those would have been really choppy days. I mean, really choppy days. Those trades would have been, not even 50-50s. They would have probably been more like 60-40. On the losing, you're tilting more to the losing side when you're in choppy markets. So it's good that your software doesn't give you entries on choppy days, don't you think? The choppy days are where everybody loses money. They make money on trending days and they give it all back on choppy days. Well, we don't feel that we have to trade every day. Like I said, we're here to make money, not to make trades. All right. This is a reel of a bunch of testimonials. There must be 50 of them on here. But this woman here was in a webinar just like you are, listening to Mark talk, and she really loved the idea of becoming a trader, and she wanted to learn, but she didn't know anything. She didn't know what a tick was. She didn't know what the symbols were. She didn't know nothing. So look, she said that Mark, right line trade find with all the charts and software that I wanted. Mark taught me things. So Mark took her under his wing and he sat her down with a picture of a setup. And he says, when you see this setup, and if it's got a pink background, I want you to push sell on down close. And if it's got a green background, I want you to click push on up close. She did that for 4 months. Then she went live. Now she's a 6-figure trader and she does not trade every day. This is a testimonial written in by David P. He's in my room. Also, he was in the webinar just like you are, and he sends me this message, and it says, I am the world's worst trader. I've been at this for almost 10 years, and I make money, lose money, make money, lose money, and I'm thinking about quitting. I need somebody to really help me. Can you help me? So I got with him. We talked. He got the software. Make a long story short, he's now trading 7 Apex funded accounts and 7 Blue Knox funded accounts. I think he's up to 10 on each now, right? And this is what he says. The money flow tracker software, along with David's methodology and rules, allow me to act like a robot, right? He's taking his emotions out of his trading. He uses the NDT, which allows a single push button to enter trades when we see the correct setup, following the rules. So every day it's simple for him. Sees the setup, he pushes the button. Sees the setup, push the button. Sees the setup, push button. Okay. Some days does better than me and has done before me. So, it just goes to show you that if you follow the system and you follow the rules, you can make money. So again, here is the offer that we're doing. And if you'd like, put your name and your phone number in the questions box and we'll give you a call after the webinar, or just go to the chat box. So the chat box in the GoToWebinar is the one on the bottom. And right here is the link. And you don't need to even use any coupon codes. So you can go online and sign up, or if you'd like to talk to somebody, just put your name and your phone number in the questions box and we'll give you a call. Or you can call us. Okay, let's see. Or you can call us. Our number is here. It's on the website. It's rightlinetrading.com. Call us if you want to ask any questions. And that's pretty much all I have. So any questions for me to answer? Nope. I know Charles been answering, Rory's been answering them. You guys are giving me nothing to do except talk here. I'm just about at 1 hour, which is kind of a record for me because I could talk about trading all day long. So you want to see MNQ trades. Okay. So this is the auto trader. Esteves, and with all your charts show today odds on Ninja, does Sar's platform look the same? Does it? No, the toss doesn't, the indicators displayed, the bottoms ones are displayed the same, the top ones are displayed a little differently. Okay, but a couple people want to look at some trades on. So here's a trade, and I was done trading like around 11:30. So here's a trade. Now the auto trader only waits for it to clear the pivot. There's a pivot right here by 3/4 of a candle. It doesn't wait for a pullback. So here, the trade would have been taken right here. And if we exit on the change of the color here, that's 372 ticks on that trade. Let's see. This one here, it wouldn't have taken because it won't trade into pivots and it won't trade into higher time frame support. So it won't trade, it wouldn't have taken a trade here. Yesterday, it would have taken this trade here. You would have gotten your first profit target of 80 ticks easily. Here's a trade that I took on it. That wasn't a auto trade. That was something else that happened to be on the same account. Oh, here's another trade here. This was on today also. This was at 12 o'clock. Oh, this is the one I just showed. I'm sorry. I guess it got messed up. Here's a monster trade. Here's a monster trade. And I had already been done trading for the day, so I didn't have it on. So here, it would have taken it one tick below here, right? The 15 never changed color until right here. 805 ticks. Okay, that's some trades in the last couple days on the auto trader. I don't know what Toss has. I used to be on Toss all the time, and since I've been trading with the money flow tracker for the last 4 years or so, I haven't even looked at it. I don't look at anything else except the money flow tracker. You know, you could look at it on let's say you want to look at a chart of, I don't know, let's look at NQ and let's look at it on a 1 hour chart, right? And we'll put on a minute, we'll put on the minute, 60-minute white. Okay. What happened to the chart? Where'd the chart go? I just had it. Oh, 60-minute. And let's put 10 days on here. And I gotta change this to black. Change this to black. Okay. So here's a chart. Here's a 1 hour chart. It's just taking time to load. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. Oh, my data just went off. All right, I'm not going to worry about that now. Yes, that's on the Ninja Trader. Estefan, Esteve, sorry. Um, why don't you put your phone number in and Roy will give you a call and he'll be able to explain things better to you. He'll call you as soon as I log off in a few minutes. And you can ask him as many questions as you want. I mean, we use Ninja Trader because Ninja Trader there's a lot of things you could program into it compared to TOS is more a options stock platform, where Ninja is more for futures and, day trading more so, you know. Okay, no problem. Give them a call tomorrow. Just get the number from the website if you want. All right, any more questions before we go? I really appreciate everybody spending time with us and look forward to seeing a lot of you in the room and get you turned around with your trading so you're not feeling like you're just spinning your wheels, because I know how that feels. Okay, I know how spinning your wheels feel. And I spun my wheels for a long time before I started trading with the money flow tracker. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be here. If I didn't believe in it and I wasn't trading with it, I wouldn't be talking about it. So, all right. So thank you for attending. Look forward to seeing you all in the room tomorrow or the next day. And have a blessed evening. And good night. Bye-bye.